the very small clue about Jay-Z's big new album. What's up, word? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit notification bell. Keep sending those cash outs to CLBMG. Join that membership and all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. Before we get started, head down to my description area. Lock in on those affiliate links I got down there. I got Temu, I got ReStream, I got DistroKid, and others. Support the channel, all right, gang? Listen. So, there's a very small clue, but this clue is so serious. Right? That's how things work. They work in breadcrumbs, right? I don't know if y'all remember when Jay dropped 444 and nobody knew the album was coming, but all of a sudden all over New York, that in Times Square, it was a poster. It was a poster with an orange background, and all it said was 444. I don't know if y'all remember. Nobody knew what that shit was. It didn't say Jay-Z, didn't say Def Jam, didn't say nothing. It didn't say Rock Nation, didn't say nothing. It just was 444. That's it. Motherfuckers start speculating, yo, this might be Jay-Z, Jay-Z's birthday, yo, da-da-da. People start trying to figure out who it was, what it was. Turns out it was a surprise album, a surprise drop by Jay-Z. He sat down in the studio with No ID and probably and most likely Guru. Guru engineered it. No ID did the beats, right? One of the most prolific beat makers. All you Kanye fans, bow down to No ID. Show him some love. Kanye has said many years in a row, No ID is my mentor, right? So No ID taught Kanye what he know, all that soul sample shit. All Kanye did was sped up the singing part. Other than that, No ID taught him. So he sat down with one of the greatest beat makers ever and made 444. Now, believe it or not, I could be bugging, but I think 444 might at this point at least be 7 years ago, which sounds crazy. 7, 8 years ago, which sounds crazy. I could be wrong off on the numbers, but I think it's around that time. Myself and others have been speculating that Jay is about to drop a new album for quite a while. We've been saying it for at least 2 years, but there's always something in the way, right? Something getting in the way, like that lawsuit with him against him and Diddy, then this thing with the Epstein thing. And for all you people that's in this thing waiting on some Epstein conversation, you could go ahead and skip and go to the next video right there. Just hit it about, it ain't none of that. This is for the whole heads, the people that really just hit. We talking rap right now. We talking Jay-Z's new album that we know for sure. I've been felt this. A lot of people been saying this. There's been a lot of rumors that the album, he was working on the album, he's been saying this for a year and a half, 2 years at this point. Now, like I said, there's been a lot of things jumping in the way, blocking the album. A lot of stuff he had to take care of, because that lawsuit with that girl that came out talking about him and Diddy did this, that, and the third. It was defending A, defending B. They had her at Diddy's New Jersey home one night after the MTV Music Video Awards, and they did this, that, and the third, and she scampered. She hit Diddy, slapped Jay-Z, scampered out into the street, ran to a gas station, called her pops, who drove 8 hours to pick her up. When that story came out, oh, that was real. That was serious, gang. That was one of the worst. That was one of the worst things that could happen, right? What's the worst that can happen? That, right? So Jay-Z had to fight that. He had to fight the dastardly Tony Busby. He called out Tony Busby. You will not get away with this. I will not fold. You picked the wrong one. He had a statement, which Jay-Z don't really make a whole lot of statements. He made a whole statement where, hey, you picked the wrong one, because I will fight back. I do fight back. I throw knuckles and belt buckles. So at the end of the day, he fought Tony Busby and won, because the case got dropped without, it got dropped with prejudice. It's like, you can't come back up, and he went out to Tony Busby's license to practice, right? He went out this license to practice law, which I thought he was going to get it, because it was so egregious how Tony Busby put that girl up there. Her story was complete. It was a complete fabrication. She went on NBC News, and they ripped the story apart without even trying. The lady just asked her basic questions, and she started saying ridiculous stuff, and it got so bad that they was like, why would Tony Busby put this woman on here that's clearly, like, she not all there, and the story is not adding up. The stuff ain't making no sense. He put her up there, so it fell apart. They start blaming. They start saying that Jay-Z paid the girl off and scared her. Da, da, da. No, the story just wasn't true. Sometimes it just ain't true. So after that, I feel like he got back in the booth, and then here we are with this Epstein thing, which, by the way, is kind of funny business, because he ain't nowhere else in the thing. All of a sudden, when it started pointing out these guys that are much bigger fish to fry, somehow Jay-Z's little thing got slipped in there. It wasn't in there before, but it got slipped in there. But we're not going to get into that. But at the end of the day, that kind of derailed it. But now, this little clue that I'm seeing, this is it sounds little, But this is major when you understand this guy don't do things for no reason. This guy don't make a major move like this on all of the streaming platforms. And you gotta listen to what I'm telling you. He made a move on all of the streaming platforms, right? It's like when a nigga when they go and remove all their pictures. I think Kendrick did that for, I think it was Mr. Morale, one of the albums. He deleted all his pictures from his Instagram. It might seem silly, like a silly little move, and then the motherfucker drops an album. So it's like you be like, that ain't enough, my G. Like, come on, that's silly. But then it be little shit that add to bigger shit, then an album pop up out of nowhere. So this is the equivalent of removing all your pictures from your Instagram, okay? So let me read this article. We're going to have this conversation. You can tell me in the comments, Challz, you reaching, or this nigga whole about to drop an album. All right, so let me read this. Jay-Z raises eyebrows after name change on streaming services by Zachary Horvath on hotnewhiphop.com. Jay-Z used to go by the J-Z. I'm going to put that picture in there because J has 2 dots over the Y. So that's when he was younger. He would put that on his albums and this, that, and the third, and that's how they would identify Jay-Z. Kind of like Beyonce has that little wiggly, that little line over top of the E in her name, and sometimes you don't see it, but for the most part, it's there, right? It's these little things that they do. So let me continue. In the earlier stages of his career, most notably at the beginning when he dropped Reasonable Doubt in 1996. Jay-Z is stirring up some chatter without even really trying. The billionaire rapper decided to change the stylization of his name on streaming services back to Jay-Z with the 2 dots at the top of the Y. He changed it back. Listen to what I'm telling you, gang. You're going to be like, Challz, you reach it. He changed it back on streaming services. So all the streaming services have that now. The shit he used to use when he drops his albums. Guys, you got to understand what's happening right now. You got to be able to read the blues clues, right? Blues clues, blues, right? You got to be able to read the clues. This guy went and correctly made it so that when it dropped across all platforms, it's all uniform. Guys, you got to understand what I'm talking about. There is an album coming. I know it seems unlikely because he got a lot of things going on. They're going to continue. Let me finish. They're going to tell you more. Let me continue. Jay-Z, the billionaire rapper decided to change the stylization of his name on all streaming services back to Jay-Z. This simple update has some fans reaching for the stars, hoping that this signifies a new album from him is coming. For those who may not know, Jay-Z was used during the earlier parts of his career. However, it most notably tied to his classic debut album from 1996, Reasonable Doubt. Interestingly, this name change comes when this LP is due to turn 30 on June 25th. Now, you can say, Challz, there it is. That's a gotcha moment. Dumb nigga, he putting this out for Reasonable Doubt. So when he dropped Reasonable Doubt, he can have the shit uniform on platinum services. It could be. Or there could be a deluxe Reasonable Doubt with mad records and mad features and this, that, and the third. Or it could be a Reasonable Doubt Part 2 for all we know. It could be something more encompassing. It could be a bigger deal. I'm going to go with this. It's a real record coming, gang. Now, you may say, Challz, you're just going to do it for Reasonable Doubt. I don't think so. I don't think something that major, something that you're going to do all that just to bring Reasonable Doubt back out. Like, come on, gang. It's just silly shit. You're not even making new music. You're going to do this for it's like the Big L album that they just released. Half that stuff was already out, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let me continue. Interesting, this name change come. Could this also mean that an anniversary edition is coming? That's another thing fans would welcome following this move. Speaking of which, it can be seen on platforms like Apple Music, Tidal, and YouTube. So they already changed it on those platforms. Now, you got to think. If he does a anniversary edition and he puts out music with it, who you think going to be on it? There's going to be a Pusha verse. There's going to be a Malice verse. There's going to be a Kendrick verse. There's going to be a fucking Nas verse. They're going to make that right. Whatever remember he's supposed to get Nas. Gang, either way, it's something crazy coming. He was supposed to have Nas on the Dead President's record. One of the records that he did for Reasonable Doubt, Nas didn't show up to the studio. That's where all the beef started. That's how we got Takeover and this, that, and the third, because it trickled into more beef and more this, that, and the third, subs and da-da-da, and then we got the battle. They could make this shit right on this damn, the Reasonable Doubt Deluxe Edition. It could be a verse, him and Nas going back and forth on the fucking beat. They could remake the beat, no ID. Listen, gang. I'm cooking, gang. It's something going on. Let me continue. An anniversary edition will be crazy, one fan writes under Kirko's post. Others, as we said, are hoping that a brand new release is imminent. New album per chance, another types. This isn't the only nugget that has sparked these kinds of discussion, though, as recently. as of recently. Jay-Z stepped out to the Super Bowl wearing a black hoodie that read, "The game needs me." Let's just be honest. That's a fire name for an album. If you're Jay-Z, who invented that phrase, "Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me," right? That's a fire name for an album. I'm just going to be honest, right? If you're not a Jay-Z fan, I don't know what you're still watching this video for. To me, that's a fire title. I'm locked in with that. I'm here for that. Let me continue. The line is a callback to H to the Izzo, HOVA. On the track, he raps, "Can't leave rap alone, the game needs me. Haters want me clapped in chrome, it ain't easy." It was an understated but accurate message that holds true for a lot of his supporters and hip-hop fans alike. So, I don't know about you, but I'm here for that. I'm ready for a Jay-Z album. I did a video on it last year. We still never got it. I didn't say it was coming out like tomorrow, but I said it's on the way. You could tell by little shit that's going on and the little nuggets that they're dropping, little people saying, "Yo, this happened. Jay did this, da. So there's an album he might not ever release. He might be like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with y'all niggas, don't deserve this album." But I 100% believe that there's an album in the works. This is the perfect time, right? Old heads is back. Everybody's winning. Clips just showed you old niggas like 40 plus could do this shit at a high level. They did it at the highest level of the game. Like, we haven't had an album that good. I'm just going to be honest, say what you want to say, but that Clips album, it's been an album of that caliber, ain't been that good in 10 years. And it was a lot of good records, right? I told you, Freddie Gibbs had them smackers. A lot of good titles came out last year. I did the top 25 albums of the year, and Clips was #1. Gibbs was #2. I believe that, what was #3? I know I had Mobb Deep on there. Oh, Nas was #3. I think Mobb Deep was 4. De La was like 5. De La Soul. So all of them are old heads. All of them are old heads, and nobody disagree with my list. I got a whole video. Go back and watch that video about the top 25 albums of the year, all right? Lock it, man. Listen, we'll see. I might be wrong, but I might be right. All right, listen, I'm out of here, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Plus, go down there in my description. I got new affiliate links, man. We over here. We just working, gang. I got the Temu link, the $100 coupon bonus. If you shop on Temu, click my link and do it, all right? Also, it got the ReStream link, and it got the DistroKid link, and the Beer Demon link. It's a lot of shit going on down there, gang. Show your boys some love. Also, we got a show every Wednesday night, 9:15. We go live, me, TJ, and Flares on The What Show. And we got an album called The What Project, me, TJ, and Flares. We barking on there. We got a video called This, That. Go in my videos, type up This, That. It's going to pop up. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think, man. We got a new video coming out. Shit called Peanut Butter Tims. Listen, that's all I'm going to say, man. I'm out of here. I'm going to catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard and put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.